here. I'm excited about my next guest because I like motivators. Anybody that can hype you up and motivate you to do something positive in God, I'm all for that. So I'm excited because we are being joined by someone who has the gift of motivation, and it's Sulondia Hammond. I'm holding her book in my hand. It's titled Don't Quit, Follow Your Dream. She's a motivational speaker, an author, and I'm sure so many other things that you're not just telling us today yet. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, motivation. When did you discover that you were a motivator?
Well, the thing about it is I've always been very energetic, even as a child. I did things to make people laugh because I just believe that laughter is great for the soul. So I just didn't label it as a motivator. I just, was a clown and went around uplifting people, but it wasn't until after about 2011, after going through some things, I realized, you know what, I am a motivational speaker, and I think going through tumultuous situations helped to propel me to that platform. So
okay. Now, when you say things, what kind of things did you go through that kind of help you to? Because I find that when people go through things, they usually come out a whole lot better because it's their testimony.
That is true. I've been through the fire.
See, it went from things to fire.
I mean, I was living on top of the world. I had it going on, and it actually went through some repossessions, some foreclosures, bankruptcies, depression, having suicidal thoughts, and losing my father, and just hating my job, just basically hating life, and God was able to pull me back from that, and ever since, it's been my mission to inspire people and to let them know that, look, you got to keep hope alive. You got to keep it alive. So.
That's awesome. I knew there was something behind that things. And thank you for sharing that because, that's the kind of, what I'm learning is that everyone has a story, and that story usually has some either death or loss or, I think we all believe in our minds sometimes that the road you take through life doesn't take you through valleys. It only takes you to mountaintops, but you can't get to the top of the mountain without going up from the bottom.
Okay, you don't start at the top.
Exactly.
No.
So tell us about the book, Don't Quit, Follow Your Dreams.
My pleasure. It is like an autobiography of my life, some of the things that I actually went through. And it's also serving as an educational tool to help people identify their purposes, as well as to give them strategies to live in their purpose. Because a lot of motivational speakers, they come out and they make you feel good and get you pumped and get your energy going, but they don't leave you with strategies on how to carry that out. After you've left the conference, after you've left the church, now what can I do on a daily basis, to keep this thing going? So that's what the book does. It just tells you, hey, I'm a Southern girl. I went through these things. I'm human. This is my story. My story is unique to me, but in actuality, you can relate to it. And if God brought me out, He can do it for you.
Exactly.
What did Ty Drew said? Same God back then, same God now. So he can do it for you.
Absolutely. So now when you're out speaking, what are some of the common things that you feel you encounter that are those markers that you can see weigh people down? What do some people kind of, what causes us to stop?
That is a great question. And there are a number of things. Definitely fear. Definitely self-imposed limitations. If we saw ourselves the way God saw us,
I tell you,
we would go through life fearless. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we're supposed to go through life, because we can do all things. And once I began to understand that, it's like, woo. But back to the question, fear, self-imposed limitations, doubt, lack of finances, and just low self-esteem happen to be the common characteristics that keep us from exceeding.
And what about this one? How?
How? Yeah, that's a great one.
Big H-O-W stops a whole lot of people, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And laziness.
Now you
because if you aren't lazy, then you will have the spunk to go out and do the research to find out how. And even when you don't know all the information associated with the how, if you have the courage, you will take the first step, and somehow the how will be revealed. It will no longer be a mystery.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's awesome, because a lot of times what I've seen too is that, people have a desire, they have a goal, but when they start looking at their own dream, they get shell-shocked. They're like, wait, I'm trying to do what? Now how am I do that?
Yeah. Who am I?
Exactly.
Who am I? I can't do that.
Exactly.
I'm not
Exactly.
Oprah, you know?
So exactly. But you know what? Oprah wasn't Oprah.
Thank you. Come on.
And then she was. Oprah wasn't Oprah. Then she was. So what do you say to that, though? When you do look at these sometimes self-imposed limitations or the laziness or the fear or the lack of resources, because those things are legitimate sometimes.
They
I mean,
are.
if you coming out of bankruptcy or you've lost everything, where do you get the motivation to say, oh, okay, I can do this? Because you're at your lowest and you don't, if anything, your life is looking at you saying you really can't.
Right.
How do you get beyond that?
That's when I think the true champion emerges, because you're at your lowest. You can't go any lower.
Yeah.
The only way to go is up. And it may sound cliche, but the thing is, you just got to stand up and just say, I am not going to die right here. I am not going to quit. I may not know what lays before me. I may not know how to get there, but I've got to do it. Now, some strategies that you can implement when you're at your lowest. You don't need to be hanging out with people that are lower than you.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want a pity party.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need that. So we want to be around people that are positive, that are like-minded, that are going to pour into us. You know, we want to put good, positive things in our ears. We don't want to hear negative lyrics and music if we're at, you know, the lowest point in our lives.
Give us some examples, though, because the one thing I do know is that I used to teach, and oftentimes children, students, you will tell them something, but they don't know how to do what you're saying. So if you have no connections whatsoever, but you want to get out there, what are some of the practical ways you would tell somebody, these are some of the things you can do or places you can go to start exposing yourself to different, because if everyone around you is a chicken, you're never going to be anything more than chicken.
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad you asked that, too. The internet.
Yeah, true.
It never sleeps. It's open 24/7. So even if you lack the finances, you know, even if you lack having that motivational person right here tapping you in the leg saying, don't stop, don't quit, there's the internet. I mean, you know, tap into that. From, like I said, from books, from audio to videos. For me, there are no excuses. When you really want to succeed, you won't give up. I don't care if you're at your bottom. You know, something in you, there's a fight. You just got to tap into that. As Les Brown said, there is greatness within you. And the thing is, we're ready to give up because the world excuses it. They excuse success. Don't excuse yourself from success. Stand up and fight. And here's the thing. When you stand up and fight and you open yourself up and you invite God in to help you, it's amazing the resources and the help that will come your way to help propel you to that next level. But the thing is, you've got to decide, this day I will serve the Lord, and this day I will not die.
Absolutely. You know, I think of David. You know, the Bible says that David encouraged himself.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you're not going to have a cheerleader.
That's
sometimes you are your only cheerleader.
Right.
But I like what you said about going to the internet, because the truth of the matter is, with Google, you can find anything.
Stuff you don't even need to find.
Nor should. Or should. Well, it's true, right?
It's very true.
It's very, very
It's
true.
very
So those are very good tips, you know, because as you think about it, as you begin to look for yourself, there's also something about taking initiative, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, everybody wants stuff handed to them, you know, on a platter. I mean, I would love that, but that's just not how.
As would I.
You'd like that too, you know, but that's just not how life is going to be always. You got to go out there and get it. And like I always say, you got to get it, baby. You got to want it, baby, and you got to make it happen. And the thing is, don't wait for it to come to you. Go to it. You will attract it when you show that I want this. I'm going for it. I'm not stopping. It will come to you. You will meet that goal. But you've got to put forth action. You've got to have initiative. Laziness is not going to cut the mustard. It's not going to happen.
Okay, I'm lazy though.
Well,
again, I'm practical. How can I get out of being lazy if I have trained myself to be lazy for the last 20 years?
I'm gonna need you to
I noticed I said 20.
You said 20 years.
Not 5,
that's
20.
a milestone.
Because there are people, seriously, there are lazy people out there, and maybe they're hearing something, but they don't know how to not be lazy.
Well, you know what? The same way you trained yourself, the same way you learned yourself to be lazy, you can unlearn yourself, and you can retrain your brain. Start telling yourself, even if you think it's lies at first, just start telling yourself, woo, I'm energetic. I'm going to make it happen today, baby. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to accomplish every goal. I'm beautiful. I'm more than enough. I am confident. Laziness, get thee behind me. I am going to make it happen because I am here for a purpose. Start telling yourself that, and pretty soon you'll begin to believe that. I want you to say it out loud, and I want you to write it, and I want you to start reading it and just associating yourself with positive things. And before long, your mindset will change. You will start to retrain the brain.
Because we all have a soundtrack that plays in our head.
Absolutely.
And that self-talk is so important because what you will become what you profess, whether it's a silent profession or a audible profession, you're going to become what you believe, what you say to yourself.
You're absolutely right. Words have power.
That's right.
I tell people that whether it's spoken words or whether it's written words, words have power. You need to change your thoughts and your belief system, because I always try to tell people, listen, you're not an accident. You are not here to just wander around aimlessly. You are here for a purpose. Regardless of what people may think, what people may say, you were not sent here to fail. Now, in order to succeed, you are going to fail a few times. But the thing is, you've got to try. And once you try, you may fail. Now that you've failed, you've got to learn. Now that you've learned, you're going to eventually succeed.
That's right.
So you're not sent here to fail. But know that on the road to success, you will fail. But there are some great lessons in failure. As long as you don't quit, you're going to have everything that you were created to have.
Let's talk about the infamous word, procrastination.
Ooh, procrastinate.
You know?
Can I say that got me a few times?
Let's talk about procrastination.
I'm gonna take some water on that one.
So many people struggle with procrastination. I mean, putting it off and putting it off. And you know, even in Proverbs, it talks about that. It talks about doing something when the task is at hand to do it. When it is in your ability to do it or give it to someone else, do it right then.
Right then and there.
Why do we procrastinate?
I do not know. And I was in the military, Marine Corps, and they taught a sense of purpose, sense of urgency, and I still suffered with that. But like Jack said, the guest that was just up here, don't waste time. I think the best thing to do to try to cure yourself of procrastination is to write out a goal list, you know, and really try to adhere to that goal list to get things done. Because I've found that when I go through my day, if I wake up in the morning and I haven't written down my to-do list, I'm wasting time, because I'm like, oh, let's see what's on TV
I know, that's
here.
right.
You know, I'll read a book. It turns into an hour that I'm reading. But write down your goals to keep yourself on track. When you're at a job, you write down everything that you need to get accomplished. So do that with your life. You know, that's just as important. And I think before long, once you get that routine, you'll find that you'll be able to kick procrastination. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but you've got to work towards it.
Wonderful. Well, you are giving us such wonderful tips. So tell us, how did you become obviously being a speaker and a motivational speaker is something that you wanted to do. How did you kick all those habits that you were struggling with and get yourself to the place where this is what you're doing now?
Now, let me say this.
Here comes the disclaimer.
Carlene, you know me well, and you just met me. Here's the disclaimer. Listen, I still struggle.
No, obviously,
I still struggle. And the truth of the matter is, everyone is going to struggle.
It's always an uphill battle.
Always, always. But the thing is, I wanted to succeed more than I wanted to fail.
Good.
Me, personally, I feel like not doing what I was created to do is kind of like slapping the Creator in the face.
Got you.
And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want my time to be wasted. I didn't want to have any regrets. And I'm like, I'm still breathing. I'm still alive. There's something for me to do. I need to do it. I need to, or else I'm going to wander around this world feeling lost, feeling depressed, feeling suicidal. And I don't have to be that way. I wasn't created to be that way.
That's awesome.
So.
Awesome. Well, tell us very quickly, where can people go to learn more about the book? It's titled Don't Quit, Follow Your Dreams. It's really the story of your life and absolutely what you're doing now. Where can they go to, book you to come speak at their conference or convention or what have you?
Well, they can go to the website, sueham.com, and all my contact information is there. I mean, everything, even like my children's blood type. I'm just but all my contact information is there. So you can join me on my social media networks, Facebook and whatnot. And we would love to come and speak anywhere and spread the joy of hope, but not just spread the joy of hope, leave you with strategies that can help you get on the path to success.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much. Now, real quickly, Sueham, where did that come from?
Sueham. Actually, a group of friends of mine in high school, Roger Creighton and Jermaine Gamble, gave me the first name Sue. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll do a combination of my last name, Sueham, because a lot of people can't pronounce my first name. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that, Sueham. And it's kind of catchy, I think.
Yeah, and it stuck. It stuck. Yeah, it definitely makes you different. So thank you so much for being here, and much success to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. I told you we had great information for you on the program today, see? So you got to stay tuned in. We're going to go to the music set right now because Sierra Berry is standing